Hello, and welcome back to Scrum Mechanic. In this video, I will be explaining what bump steer is using Scrum Mechanic. Quickly, bump steer is what happens when you, like for this, an example, you've got your lower arm and your tie rod. If they are not the same length, you will have bump steer. So to quickly just demonstrate it, watch the horizontal bar, and I guess the vertical one. As you can see, it is tilting. If they were equal length, it wouldn't tilt. And then I'll show again with this. These are equal lengths, so there is no bump steer as it cycles up and down. Now, with this one, as you can see, they are different lengths. So, as it cycles, you can watch as it moves. If you look right here, you can see it easily. I forgot to make this one timed. But you can see that it's turned ever so slightly now. So if I go up, now straight. And then another way to show it is with this. This is what it would be like with a straight axle, a 3-link straight axle. Now, the panhard bar, this one here, moves the axle side to side. Because you need to have, or where I am at least, you must have a physical mechanical link between the steering wheel and the wheels. So your steering wheel would be up here, comes down to your steering box, which then goes through the drag link, to the tie rod, and your wheels. Now, if your panhard bar and your drag link are the same length, you will have no issues. So if I drop this down, they didn't turn. Well, they turned a little bit, but that's because of how I made it, really. It's not bad, it's not really noticeable. And then bring it back up, and it's still straight. You can see the steering, it's fine. I'll drop it back down. A lift under it. And you can watch the wheel. Oops, doesn't really move. However, you can see with this one that the panhard bar and drag link are different lengths. So, as the suspension cycles, you're going to turn. So in this case, as it compresses, it steers left. Because the panhard bar is pushing the axle to the right. Look at it this way. Pushing the axle to the right, which is causing the drag link to pull the wheels left. So if I bring it back up, they will be straight. And then back down, and they turn. I'm going to remove the springs so it can drop some more. So turn that way. And now if I go up even more, it turns right. For the same reason. Now the panhard bar is pulling the axle left, so the drag link is pushing the wheels right. Then if I drop it again, as it doesn't go back down, come on. There we go. As it settles again, you can see turns left. Then I'll do the same thing with this one really quick again. At full drop, they are still straight because they are the same length. That, as it comes back down, they stay the same until it's all the way down. For some reason, something is bottoming out and it's pulling the wheels. But anyways, as you can see, it stayed straight. Once again, same thing with this. Despite your steering, this will stay straight because tie rod and arms are the same length. Now, this is going to bind a little bit just because of the way I made it, but oh well. The binding, you can watch between the pipes. The binding is making it move. If I made it better, it wouldn't. But with this one, it is much worse. Forgot to set that to move. You can see now that it almost completely straightens out. So basically, in any kind of vehicle, even my little RC Jeep, hold that thought. This is supposed to represent leaf springs. In the front of older vehicles, they will still have leaf springs, but they will also have drag links between the pitman arm and the wheels. So therefore, since the axle can only go up and down and then slightly forwards and back, you will have bump steer because it cannot go side to side. So, back to my other thought, even my little RC Jeep has bump steer because the drag link and panhard bar are not the same length. If you look at a Jeep, for example, like a Wrangler or something, the drag link and tie rod are kind of in a Y because, or what I think the reason is that as the suspension cycles, tie rod and the drag link and panhard are not the same length, so it will have bump steer. However, as it compresses and expands, whatever, the way the the drag link and the tie rod are, it causes the toe to change. And the toe is whether your wheels point in or out. You can look that up. Camber, caster, and toe. But the way they counter bump steer is by having the toe change. So, when it compresses, the right wheel will be pushed to the right. But because of how the drag link and tie rod are, the left wheel will be pushed to the left, and vice versa. therefore counteracting the bump steer. However, it wears your tires out a little bit more. It's not really a perfect fix, but it works. And you can see a lot of vehicles with leaf springs do the same thing. So yeah, that's it for now, I guess. I just wanted to quickly explain how that works. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you feel there's something I missed or got wrong, feel free to tell me. But until then, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.